Welcome back to Faith and Life with Naya.
So guys, I'm back. I know I've been missing in action for 2 to 3 weeks. YouTube was hard. Just kidding, I'm just lazy. But anyways, today I wanted to talk about weddings. As somebody who had 2 weddings in a span of 6 months, I think I have a few things to say. So the original goal for my husband and I, we got married in December 2024, was to basically elope, right? And we had this vision of, eloping. I was working in the States at the time in Austin, Texas. So we had this vision of eloping somewhere romantic, maybe on a mountain or in a small cathedral. Like, I saw so many cute little spots it could have been done. And yeah, that was the dream. That was the vision. Just me and him and whoever was marrying us, just doing it finally. And that did not happen. And it didn't happen for a few reasons. So my first point would be, stick to your vision. This is going to be incredibly hard because, one, you think it's so simple. Yeah, this is what I want. I'm going to actually do this. No. When you bring in the concept of friends and the concept of family and their opinions and their suggestions, and then you're going to start overthinking, that actually will throw you way off. And as someone who's very decisive and who is very strict with my boundaries, I even found myself rethinking everything, replanning everything, inviting people who I felt wasn't really supposed to be a part of this moment because of this external pressure of feeling like, okay, everybody who was there for me at one point should be a part of this moment. And that is a lie. So ladies, if you're getting married, do not be like me. Stick to your vision. I feel like my second point is stick to your budget. Again, I know. The rumors are weddings are expensive. Whatever your budget is, times it and triple it by 3. That was not the case for me. Yes, it still was overall a little pricey, but I had 2 weddings for under $10,000. And I also did, I guess, a honeymoon and a half. Our first honeymoon was the main honeymoon. We went on a cruise, a 5-day cruise to Mexico. It was lovely, even though we both were sick and going through it. Well, I was sick. We still enjoyed ourselves, and that cruise was probably about $2,500 or less. I also had a discount code. So if you see this video and you're planning potentially like a wedding cruise, honeymoon cruise, message me. I will try to hook you up the best I can and send you my old code that gave me, I think, 15% off. It was so, yeah. Anyway, so you could have an affordable wedding. Don't let these people lie to you. They will tell you double and triple your budget, but stick to your budget. And it's okay to go a little off, but don't overdo it, because that's when you start to run up a mountain of prices and you're like, how did we get from $3,000 to 25 or to 7? And when you really think about it, you probably started straying away from your vision, which leads back to point 1. Stick to your vision, stick to your budget. Don't let these people lie to you and tell you you need to spend $20,000 on a wedding unless you want to. So if that's your dream, absolutely go for it. But as a girl on a budget, as newlyweds who were both young when we did this, we didn't have all that money. We did, but it took months of prepping and saving and planning. It didn't just happen overnight. My third point would be to, what is my third point? Oh, my third point would be to get marriage counseling. This is something, again, I'm not going to tell you anything I didn't do. So yeah, I made sure we got premarital counseling. Not I, but both of us. But it was a very big point because I feel like when you're in love, you kind of forget all the important questions to ask. And sometimes you need that grounded middle 30 party, especially someone who is married, a firm believer in Jesus, and actually has a marriage that you would want to. So not just any person. Stop picking marriage counselors just because they're your pastors. If you know your pastor ain't happy, ain't in a good relationship, yeah, it's best not to get marriage advice from them, respectfully. But at the same time, we chose someone who we thought, you know, had a great marriage, and they were married for so long, and they still have a great marriage to this day. I think they got married young as well, 2021. They're now late 50s or early 60s, I'm not sure. But they gave us so much great advice. They asked all the hard questions, and we avoided a lot of arguments. I remember like hearing couples argue about finances and different questions they didn't discuss. I'm like, wait, y'all didn't discuss this before y'all got married? And you'd be surprised. A lot of things aren't discussed in the engagement period, and that's why you need premarital counseling. Now, I know there's different types. I think ours was a month long to do. So it's one session a week. Yeah, something like that. For 4 weeks or 6 weeks. I think it was 6 weeks. Some are 6 months. To me, the longer the better. But this was a very last minute wedding that we planned. I got engaged literally in May, and May graduation day from UB. And in December we were married. So 6 months. And I think we didn't start planning an actual wedding until September. It was the spur of the moment. We was like, we're already engaged. I want to go on a cruise. I want to travel with you. Like, our love for travel spurred us on to getting married quickly. I think people think like, oh, they want to have sex so bad, or if we wanted to do that, we would have done that, respectfully. But no, we actually really wanted to travel, and perception is everything as well. So we didn't want people to see us traveling and then they're like, well, you aren't married. And honestly, fair point. Fair point. I'm not married. And I know there's delusional people that believe, you could sleep in the same room with your partner and not have sex with them. And that could be true to a certain extent because everybody's different. But if we're real, 90% of persons can't do that. And if you can, you're most likely not that attracted to your spouse or to the person you're dating, just being real. But yeah, I didn't want people to perceive that we weren't doing things God's way. And honestly, we did fall down a lot of times, and not like sex wise, even though we weren't the purest couple out there. But, yeah, them urges was urging, and that's not a word, but that was something else. And if your man can't lead you, especially into purity, because he was the main one holding it down. I was the one fighting for my life. And he was able to, kind of like not do too much, but just enough. And I was like, do more. And God was like, girl, if you don't relax, you are not married. Like, you need to chill out. So I had to chill out. But yeah, my last piece of advice, please take marriage counseling. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be struggling with a bunch of problems, even if you think you're good and you're besties and y'all figure everything out. No, please take marriage counseling. It helps tremendously, and you will not regret it. In fact, it's even so fun. It's like your first therapy session as a couple. I feel like, why wouldn't you want to do it? That's already a red flag. But that's all for today. I may do a part 2 depending on how you guys comment or if you have any questions. But yeah, 2 weddings in a span of 6 months is truly insane. But God brought us through it. We are not in debt, and we had a good time. I got married in Texas, December 2024, and I also got married in Nassau, May 2025. With friends and family. So the first one was like an elopement situation, even though I had a few friends that flew in. And the second one was more friends and family, being a part of it. I wore the same dress for both, even though that was not intentional. I tried to get a different dress. The shipping company was not letting me be great. But yeah, my dress was $80 and my picture's still $8. So I would say choose what you want to splurge on wisely. So for us, what was wise to splurge on was the honeymoon, like where we traveled to and the excursions we did on that trip. We wanted to splurge on that. Another thing was the photos. I really cared about the photos and the honeymoon the most. My dress, I feel like I know I could pick out a mom dress. It's not going to be looking cheap or anything, but the hack is find white prom dresses on Fashion Nova and Shein, or even Shein wedding dresses. I know people are like, oh, would you get a wedding dress from Shein? No, they have some really good stuff. Don't let them people fool you. Like the dress I was about to wear would broke the internet. Just saying, just saying. So if you also need dress like links, message me. I will send them. I love planning weddings. Anything planning around like a girl doing a party or a wedding or that. I just love planning stuff. Like I know how to throw an event or a game night or anything of that sort. So feel free to ask me anything. And yeah, that's all. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. I promise I will not go missing again for 2 to 3 weeks. But if I do, like, on. Bye.